Let's get into Eugenia Cooney. Recently, I tried to reach out to Eugenia Cooney because I had her number from back in 2023 when I had met her and interviewed her for the Let's Get Into It podcast. Of course, I want to be sensitive when talking about Eugenia's condition and what's going on there. I looked into the last time we actually spoke in messages, and it was, I believe, on Instagram in 2023. And I did send her a message earlier this year when her dog died because I felt so bad about her dog passing. She did not respond to that, but it doesn't seem like she has the same number, or either she had me blocked, which I don't think she would have blocked me. But either way, I tried to reach out to see how she was doing. After she was spotted at Disney World with her family, a lot of people are questioning her mother, just concerned at what the dynamics are like within the home, especially because this is Eugenia and I believe her younger brother. Her younger brother, who also, I saw some things on Twitter, and I'm sorry to bring this up, but like has drawn her in the nude like multiple times. Like he likes to draw like naked girls that kind of look just like his sister. I don't know. It's a little bit weird. We're not going to even try to pull those up.
So Eugenia Cooney was just spotted at Disney World with her brother and her mom. And the person who took this picture said that they did not speak at all to each other. I mean, just looking at Eugenia, there seems to be an issue within the family. And I'm not really surprised because this mom has been enabling this unhealthy behavior for years.
Now, it doesn't appear that Eugenia was filming for social media or taking any pictures. She's been really quiet when it comes to that, which I thought like her going to Disney was part like content creation. Like she liked to do that for her content, but to see her go and not creating content with her trips, it's interesting. I guess she just really likes like Disney. Maybe her mom does and her brother as well. People have been vocal about their concern over Eugenia's health for years, especially because she's an influencer who goes live for hours. People get to know her. They start to care. There's like a parasocial relationship here. Eugenia did confirm that she had gone into some treatment back in 2019, but after speaking to her on my podcast episode, she did not have a great time with treatment. I remember her friend, I believe it was Jacqueline Glenn, actually convinced her that they were all going to go to an escape room. But what they did was they put her in a car and took her into a facility to be 5150 or 5250, pretty much held by the state. And they told the state that her mother was being abusive towards her and that they couldn't even speak to each other. They had a duct tape on the ground in this room, and they had to be a certain distance away from each other because they felt like her mother was dangerous. Don't know what Jacqueline Glenn knew back then. Don't know what the state saw. Eventually, Eugenia was given back to her mom and her care, but I'll never forget that because Eugenia was pretty much traumatized by that. I think like going out with friends and trusting them and then being put into that position is probably like, if you want someone to seek help, maybe don't convince them that you're going to an escape room and actually take them to a hospital.
Everyone was thinking that this image of Eugenia Cooney was fake because of how her legs are, and it honestly took me a minute to get it as well. It's just because her legs are crossed. I thought she just had like some kind of like pirate peg leg going on at Disney. But as it turns out, that shit was not fake, and it's real, because here's another angle of Eugenia from the same day. Her mom is over here giving very like lowered expectations, and then this is still her brother. I am still so shocked. I had never seen her brother before. It is clear that these two are on the opposite sides of the spectrum when it comes to food, and it's giving that maybe she saw him and the mother and was like, oh, I don't want to be like that, so extreme this way. I'm gonna say it, and some people can be upset down in the comment section all you want. The mother needs to be looked into, because this is such an extreme.
Let's get into Nicole Kidman. Now that Nicole and Keith Urban are starting to go into their like hateful era and their divorce, we're starting to learn more about what their relationship was really like. And it seems like Keith was so over Nicole. Sources say that Keith grew increasingly uncomfortable with his wife's candid public remarks about her sexual reawakening and passionate chemistry with her much younger co-stars. I mean, I think we all thought this. Like, I just couldn't imagine Keith being 100% cool with his wife acting this way and speaking about her co-stars this way. It was all so cringe to watch, so it's kind of satisfying knowing that he was cringing the same way we were. Keith was not okay with Nicole talking about her awakening or animal attraction to co-stars and has been living his own life, not the animal attraction. That makes me gag. The insider added that the country singer decided to move out of their home in June. He set up his own place in Nashville while Nicole stayed in their home, trying to keep their split quiet. It is interesting. It feels like every movie she did, it was kind of like an affair. The breakup did shock fans, but the source says that the separation was coming for a while. They were using time apart to quietly and amicably work out the details of their divorce. Nicole's openness about her intense on-screen roles rubbed Keith the wrong way. Her comments about being so turned on during intimate scenes for Baby Girl. Remember, she was speaking about her 28-year-old co-star Harris Dickinson. She said that she was so turned on by working with him that they had to like pause production because she was just overwhelmed. She said, quote, "There were times where we were shooting and I was like, I don't want to orgasm anymore. I don't care if I'm never touched again in my life. It was almost like a burnout." She said that she found it liberating to play such a raw and dangerous character. Wait, that is so gross. So she was actually was she actually doing that in the moment? So it was not acting.
Nicole Kidman says she had real orgasms while shooting this movie. And I completely understand why. This movie was wild. Scenes was crazy intense. Mad cringe. We was in the theaters, like, awkward as hell. Avoiding eye contact. Couldn't help but laugh at some of these scenes. You heard people fidgeting in their seats, and you know why they was fidgeting.
She also praised Zac Efron for their on-screen romance for A Family Affair. I mean, this animal attraction, this she doesn't want to orgasm anymore. No wonder Keith was turned off. But there are reports that Keith has also linked up with a much younger partner. Her name's Maggie, and she's part of his band, yet there have been other reports saying that they are not a thing. I think Keith is probably living in his bachelor era now. Nicole supposedly feels betrayed and shattered, but I mean, why didn't they ever talk about their boundaries? And why was she seeking out these roles? Why wasn't she having this animal attraction to her own husband? Thank you for watching this clip from the Let's Get Into It podcast. To view the full episode, visit the link listed below.